Today, we're diving into the Pacific. We're talking about 14 island nations, steeped in thousands of years of incredible history. Now, for centuries, this was one of the last places on Earth to be fully connected to the rest of us. But now? Well, now it's one of the first to face the very real consequences of a rapidly changing world. And a wave of new technology is arriving that could literally change everything.
And really, this is the question that matters most. It's the one that frames everything we're about to explore. Because make no mistake, change is coming. That part's not up for debate. The only real question left is, who's going to be in the driver's seat? Is it going to be outsiders, or will it be the people of the Pacific themselves?
You know, to really understand where the Pacific is headed, we have to first get a handle on its past. And for generations, life across the islands has been defined by one massive, fundamental challenge: the sheer, overwhelming tyranny of distance.
This right here shows you the two completely different realities of the Pacific. On the left, that's the story for centuries. The vastness of the ocean meant everything cost more. Getting good healthcare was tough, and business was always limited. But on the right, that's the promise of today. Digital connection completely flips every single one of those challenges on its head. Suddenly, you've got access to global markets, equal access to knowledge, and whole new ways to make a living. It's not just an improvement, it completely rewrites the rules of the game.
So what's causing this massive shift? What's the engine behind all this change? Well, it's happening right now, silently, deep on the ocean floor. We're talking about the Great Connection.
What's crazy is how fast this has all happened. I mean, just over a decade ago, the only option for most of the Pacific was slow, super expensive satellite internet. Then came the submarine cables, these incredible digital highways laid under the sea. Projects like the Tui Samoa and Coral Sea cables were absolute game changers. And now, with even more powerful cables and new tech like Starlink beaming down from space, high-speed internet is finally reaching the most remote corners of the ocean.
And here's why this matters so much. This isn't just about big infrastructural projects. It's about what it means for you personally. It's about empowerment. It means that old barrier, geography, is just dissolving. You can now get a world-class education, connect with your family halfway around the world, or build a global business, all without ever having to leave your home, your island.
So this isn't just some theory for the future. It's happening right now. This new connectivity is unleashing a whole new digital reality across every single part of Pacific life.
First up, let's talk education. For so long, where you were born basically decided your opportunities in life. Not anymore. Now, a student on a remote outer island can tap into the exact same Khan Academy lessons, the same YouTube tutorials, even the same university courses as a student in Sydney or Suva. Suddenly, geography is no longer the barrier to a great education.
And this transformation goes way beyond the classroom. We're seeing technology become a crucial tool for survival. Pacific innovators are using satellite data to keep an eye on coral reef health. They're using AI to predict cyclones with way more accuracy. And they're using solar power to break free from expensive diesel. This is technology on the front lines, literally helping to protect their homelands from climate change.
Of course, this new reality is also completely shaking up the economy. Being far away from big markets, that used to be the single biggest economic hurdle. Now, it's becoming irrelevant. Think about it. A digital product doesn't need a container ship. It travels at the speed of light. So now, artists, developers, and entrepreneurs can build a global business right from their own bedroom.
But, and this is so important, this isn't just about adopting what the rest of the world has built. Technology is also being used as a powerful tool to protect what makes the Pacific so unique. People are creating apps to preserve endangered languages, they're digitizing priceless oral histories before they're lost, and they're even combining ancient wayfinding knowledge with modern tech to teach a whole new generation.
Okay, but let's get real for a second. This amazing future isn't a sure thing. It's not guaranteed. There are two very different paths forward from here, and there are some really significant challenges that absolutely have to be faced head-on.
There are 5 really critical hurdles on this path. First, the digital divide. As some get more connected, there's a huge risk of leaving rural and low-income families even further behind. Then there's cybersecurity. More connection means more vulnerability to crime, and we've all seen how quickly misinformation can tear apart social trust. There's also a real danger that a flood of foreign content could start to wash away unique Pacific identities. And finally, the big one. Will the most tech-savvy people stay and build, or will they leave for opportunities elsewhere? These are the big questions this generation has to solve.
So, that brings us to the most important part of this whole story. How do we take on these challenges and actually build that better future?
I think this quote it captures everything perfectly. For so long, there was this belief that to do something really important, you had to leave home. But that whole idea is being completely dismantled right now. The tools you need to build something globally significant, they're now available right there, at home. The Pacific needs its own tech companies, its own platforms, its own powerful voices.
And so, we're going to leave you with this thought. The very same ocean that for centuries was a barrier, an obstacle. Well, it's not an obstacle anymore. It's a stage. And the opportunity to build the future is right there for the taking. This isn't a prediction of what's going to happen. It's an invitation for you to decide what gets built. So what problem would you solve? The future is yours to shape.